Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I'm Weston Boucher, and today I'm going to go over the top 5 reasons why I think you might not be hitting your full potential. Now, I've done about 50 to 60 life coaching consults, and I keep seeing a recurring theme with guys that I'm about to reveal right now, as well as some practical, real-world solutions you can implement right now. Let's get started. All right, well, thanks again, guys, for dropping into my channel. I always appreciate the love and support, as just going over 100,000 subscribers has now got me to 114,000 very quickly. So I'm just blown away by the response, and I'm just amped that the things I'm talking about are resonating with you guys and helping you out in your real lives. Before I get too far along, gotta check the boxes on everything. Make sure you guys please subscribe. That way you'll know the second my videos go live. Like this video, it'll help with the algorithm. And more than anything, if you comment and you share, it really helps me out, helps the video trend, and that's just good for the overall channel. It's a great way to show some support. So, another practical way to help support me and the things that I do. You'll probably notice that I don't really do a lot of video like sponsors with a lot of other brands. So I tend to just focus on my own menswear line. As if you are new here, again, my name is Weston Boucher, and that is the name of my menswear brand. I have a ton of releases this year, guys. Real quick, for 2022, crazy amount of drops. My Hemingway cardigan, you guys. This is the oat color. It also comes in a stone. I mean, as you can see, it turned out awesome. I'm so happy with it. It's got like a tailored to your body type of fit. It's stretchy, it's soft, and it just styles an outfit so quickly. You know, I'm just wearing one of my Stonewash tees in sage underneath. Put this over, suddenly just like instant sophistication without doing a lot of work. So highly recommend you adding this piece to your wardrobe, guys, if you struggle with style and you just need something. Maybe you're going to events, you're going out to dinner, first date, whatever. It's a solid choice. In addition, I also have my Bird's Eye Henley that has released, and that comes in 3 colorways. I wanted to take the Henley classic style and elevate it. It just needed an upgrade. It needs more. The Henley's a great design, but I just thought that it needed more. So check that out. In addition, the SS for short sleeve raw neck sweater is also out. There's so much. Oh my gosh, my Ripley cashmere and cotton crew neck sweater, one of my favorite pieces to date. It's the one I probably wear the most outside of the cardigan. Turned out incredible. It comes in a dark earth and a camel. There's already 4 drops that have happened this year, including a great restock of the Traveler toiletry bag. I have it right here. So make sure you guys utilize your special YouTube code discount, YouTube15. As you can see, the restock, I went with a kind of a darker tone of the vegan leather, and it just turned out amazing. I actually reduced the weight a little bit as well on this run. The bag has just been outstanding in terms of feedback from customers. I lived out of this bag for a good chunk of time and did tons of work on it. So make sure you check this out, as there is limited quantities as usual. Okay guys, let's do this. So the top 5 reasons why I do not think most people reach their potential. Number 1, fear. Yep, we are all afraid of things. We are all afraid of the unknown. We are afraid of rejection, and we are afraid of failure, okay? Now, I am no exception to that. I have attempted a lot of things in my life and they didn't always work out, but it's just part of life. But if you feel like fear isn't an issue for you with this decision, you know, to move forward in your life on something that you've been looking forward towards, like a goal, then skip ahead in this video to the next ones. But I put this number 1 for a reason, because most people are human and fear is a big factor, okay? You can let that get to you if you want, but the best way to get around it is to just face the fear. And I know it sounds way oversimplified, but stop listening to those voices in your head that are telling you that, you know, what you might do if you get rejected, or if you fail, how that might look to other people. Look, the most successful noteworthy, huge, influential people in the world, they all have a very common thing to say about their success, and that is they failed many times. It's just part of the process. So make sure you keep fear in check. Make sure that you find ways to do inventory on your thoughts. And when a fear-based thought comes into mind, or maybe you have a decision on your plate, big or small, make sure that decision isn't a fear-based decision. Make it from a place of peace and confidence. Yeah, do not act on a fear-based model, because it will just get you nowhere and you'll never grow. Okay, number 2, procrastination. Look, laziness and just dilly-dallying, beating around the bush, as my grandma used to like to say, just gets you nowhere, you know? Like, you gotta dig in, you gotta start, you gotta get going, okay? You gotta be a little bit more disciplined in that regard if you really have high hopes for your life and reaching your full potential. Otherwise, life will pass you by. So don't get me wrong, like, laziness has its place, right? In a sense of healthy escapism to balance out, you know, working. You don't want work to be your identity. You don't even want, I don't think you want your goals to be your identity, in my opinion. But yeah, I like to just cut loose, and I like to have that balance for sure. Whether it's playing guitar, playing some Call of Duty, riding my motorcycles, working on my guns, you know, stuff like that. Hanging out with my fiance, Katie. By the way, big announcement. We are engaged. Comment below if you have any well wishes. Super excited, and she is over the moon. It was an amazing reaction. You can check out on my social media on Instagram, either mine or hers. She's at CuteKatieBug. Then mine is at Weston Boucher, and you can see me doing the proposal, and let me know what you think. I thought it went well. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, so with procrastination, you know, you think that like, yeah, I'm just gonna get to it. I'll get to it eventually. Look, you gotta be really intentional. And that means your time management, guys. You gotta make sure that you schedule out your week a little bit, right? Or maybe even just a day. Start with a day. Just get used to like getting up in the morning or even the night before and thinking, okay, tomorrow, I don't care if you write on a Post-it note. Just make sure you have some sort of organization in terms of what you do plan to do, and prioritize towards the top the main things, right? And all the other stuff can go underneath. If you don't get to it, fine, right? But if you at least kind of schedule in something towards that next goal, that next big thing that the fear's been keeping you from doing because it's intimidating, right? Like, you need to make a time slot. And most people will say, I'm just too busy, like I just can't get to it. Yes, you can. And that's being intentional with your time. And I mean, even if it comes down to, oh, you know, Weston, I only have like maybe 20 minutes to spare a week. I have kids, I have 2 jobs, whatever. Fine, you know, just it's a start, right? 20 minutes of digging deep, doing research on whatever your goal might be, getting educated, but knowing that, okay, every Sunday at this time, every Tuesday at this time, and I do my Google Calendar, I have recurring weekly time slots of different things I do, including like my Amazon Live stuff, my menswear line stuff, and now I'm trying to get more on a regular schedule with my YouTube stuff. Now that I kind of like made a little space in the house, just we don't have like a room dedicated to this yet. So anyways, that intentionality, me knowing that's coming the following week, every time I see it on my calendar, I'm making progress to all those goals, and they're happening without fear because it's like I'm anticipating them. I know they're there. I can prepare. It's not coming out of nowhere. I'm not really procrastinating because I've had it planted like a seed in my mind. So hopefully that's helpful. Okay guys, you heard this one before? Paralysis by analysis. Now, I am guilty of this for sure. I have an analytical mind and I overthink everything, okay? But when it just gets you at a standstill, you just gotta move forward, okay? All right, here's a tip to overcome the paralysis by analysis situation. Take a baby step. I talk about this in my life coaching with guys, and if they just get started, if they just take one step forward on a path versus looking up to the top of the mountain, just start on the path. It leads to more growth. It leads to more action, okay? That little step will lead to another step. It seems so simple, but we all have to be reminded of these things because we are human and we overcomplicate things just the way we are. Yeah, a simple baby step can lead to huge changes if you're talking about the compounding factor of that all year long, right? Yeah, so actions lead to answers to find out if that goal, if that thing you're pursuing is what you really want to do, and then maybe it's not, but you'll never know unless you step forward, that baby step, step out, step into fear, all those things, right? So the next part of that is a process of elimination, right? You won't find out what you want to do or what you are wired for, what you were meant to do really, if you are not trying things first. You have to sacrifice that time. You have to commit to something or you will just kind of be at a standstill. All right, number 4, perfectionism. It's like this whole thing was written for me. I chose things that I was able to overcome and things that I am still working on, but the things that were the biggest roadblocks were what I want to put in this video, okay? Now, my fiance Katie always reminds me, done is better than perfect. Man, that has stuck with me. I mean, this is the whole reason she had motivated me to start my YouTube channel, and I was in the paralysis by analysis phase. Like I had all the gear. I was gonna start it so many years before I did the actual channel, but I was just analyzing everything, thinking I didn't really have enough to offer. I wasn't sure how I would be perceived, all this stuff. Oh, I don't feel like I'm an expert enough on this or that. I'm telling you guys, like, done is better than perfect. It can be applied to all sorts of areas in your life and will help you reach your full potential, because you will otherwise just kind of go in circles and not move forward because you're worried about what other people think or you want it to be just right. Look, like, you can look back at anything in your life and it's like you're always improving, you're always refining. It's all right, you know, it's okay to have humility along the way and to know you haven't arrived. We are all on this journey together. We are all trying to be the best versions of ourselves. So yeah, don't be a perfectionist. It has not helped me. There are certain things that, of course, my attention to detail and stuff like that has helped me with my menswear line and that type of stuff, and how I'm really dedicated to making it fit really, really well. But I've had to learn that done is better than perfect, and it has served me well, and I think that tip will work well for you guys too. Okay, number 5, lack of confidence in self. Yep, me too. Legit. I mean, there isn't a person, again, on this planet. There are very few people that are just insanely confident right out the gates, okay? Props to those few that are wired like that from birth. But in my experience, my confidence has always been built on stepping out of my comfort zone, you know? It's always been facing those things that I really am scared to do and then feeling such a rewarding sense of self afterwards, to know like, oh, you know what, I survived that. Oh, you know what, like, I didn't think I was capable of that. So you don't even know what you're capable of until you try it, right? And again, if you fail, remember all the greats, all the huge inspirational people out there, they will all tell you the same thing. The problem is most people don't see that because they get noteworthy, and that you see them at their most successful point. You see them at their highlights, okay? You don't know most people's stories, including my own. It hasn't always been easy, and I've taken many steps, and I've had failures, and I've had lots of things not go my way to get to where I am now. And to where I am now is nowhere, like, I have way bigger goals than what I'm doing even right now. So it's all relative, right? But the only difference is I just decided I needed to finally do it. I did the baby steps. I didn't procrastinate as much. I wasn't doing paralysis by analysis. I wasn't trying to be a perfectionist. All those things just like were clouding me just doing it, right? Failures and challenges are the steps to eventual success, okay? And progress is still progress. Give yourself grace. Maybe you are just like picking away at what just feels like a monster and you're just barely getting there. It's still progress. You will get there, but again, find ways to say no to more stuff, say yes to the things you really want to do, and make sure your schedule is, you're thinking about your schedule, you're not letting life happen to you each week. That's a big thing I see people do, also including myself. That's why time management is really important, to at least get on some sort of schedule, okay? So to come back to this point of lack of confidence in self, is you have to realize that your power is you. the way you are, the way you're wired. There's no one else on this earth like you. We are all uniquely created, and there's gonna be things about you that will resonate with people that I will never do, that a million billion other people will never do, because you have that power of just being you. And you have to accept and love that about yourself and understand how you're wired more. You know, I always talk about finding a good therapist, and like, it doesn't mean you have anything wrong in your life. It just means that you want to figure out how you're wired so you can reach your full potential. There's so much in there that is just waiting to be released that you don't even know you're capable of. And I really do think, guys, that these 5 tips will help you get there. All right, guys, that wraps up today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment below if I missed something big. This is just from my own life experience, just trying to share what I said has worked for me, and then also the things that I picked up in a lot of the life coaching sessions I've done with guys. And if you are interested in that, look at the link on the screen right now, or look at the description below. I have all the links related to everything I mentioned in this video if you want to schedule a consult with me remotely. Yeah, again, if you guys really want to help me out, support me what I'm doing, check out my menswear line. Please do use the discount code. It'll save you a lot at checkout. Make sure you check out the new Hemingway cardigan, the Bird's Eye Henley, this SS raw neck sweater, the Ripley cashmere crew neck sweater, and the restock of the Traveler toiletry bag. I am so proud of these designs, guys, and this is gonna be a huge year for the brand. Mark my words. Super, super amped. Again, guys, subscribe, like, comment, share. I appreciate all the love. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. And I wish you the best and continued success towards the best version of yourself yet. See you guys.